Rilla, Khaled. Yo. It's so great to be in Johannesburg. Can you tell what maybe you some thoughts?
Johannesburg is fucking awesome.
Yeah! Yes! Yes, right. Okay. 3. Whoa. Oh. Okay. 3, 2, 1, start!
Alright, hello, I'm Rilla, Khaled, and I work at the Institute of Digital Games at the University of Malta. I research and design persuasive and serious games, which in short are games that try to change your life. And recently, I've become interested in reflection as a design perspective. So, by reflection, I don't just mean sitting down with a cup of tea and having a ponderous think. I mean reflection that comes from surprise, when there's a gap between what you expect and what actually happens. The ensuing thought process triggered by failure can lead to new insights. Reflection has influenced theatre. In Theatre of the Oppressed, spectators watch situations of oppression performed by actors on stage, and they're then invited to go on stage and act out alternative solutions. And often their solutions are also flawed. But importantly, this triggers conversation. Reflection has also influenced technology. The erratic radio listens to electromagnetic fields which are emitted by nearby electronic appliances. And if many appliances are detected around this radio, it starts to detune. So in using this object, we're invited to reflect on our patterns of power consumption. In Domestic Tensions, the performance artist Wafa Bilal was in a cell for 30 days, during which viewers watched him online. And they could either chat to him or shoot him with paintball guns. So Bilal managed to make performance art game-like, enabling viewers to participate for better or worse. So in many ways, games seem to support reflection. Players seek out challenge. They expect failure. Players are ready to problem solve, and they usually persevere. And yet, reflection is still not that common in games. And I think we should change this. So today I have a game design manifesto for reflection. So to begin with, let's privilege reflection over immersion. Immersion is usually a desirable quality of games, enabling escapism and suspension of disbelief. But reflection is exactly the opposite. It concerns revisiting our beliefs intentionally and with self-awareness. Liz Ryerson's Problematic, which we've already seen today, foregrounds reflection over immersion. So the behavior of its mechanics change from one level to the next, defying usual design advice about maintaining consistency of interaction behavior. Being always thrown out of an immersive state makes us reflect on learning, identity, and stereotypes. So next, let's privilege clarity over stealth. So many people who work with learning games think that learning should happen in disguise, like chocolate-coated broccoli. But this comes at the cost of clarity and connecting game experiences back to the world. So Zoe Quinn's Depression Quest, which we've also seen today, is all about clarity. And it's brutally, obviously about depression. And it equates game state with meaningful human state. And it leverages the idea of game choices, but also taking these away to make a playable statement about how depression manifests itself. So let's privilege questions over answers. In many learning games, there's a correct answer, but life usually isn't like this. Games for reflection should be less about providing clear-cut singular solutions and more about creating opportunities for exploring multiple possibilities and contexts. So Ian Bogost's A Slow Year raises questions. It's not clear what you're supposed to do in it. It's not about speed or completion, and there are no overt rewards. Like poetry, there's no right interpretation. You have to come up with your own answer.
1 minute.
Finally, let's privilege disruption over comfort. So reflection is triggered when we're not strictly comfortable, when our assumptions are thrown into doubt. Games for reflection should seek to create these moments of disruption and embrace designing for surprise, awkwardness, and uncertainty. So Leah Schoenfelder's Perfect Woman, which is just outside, embraces disruption. Depending on what life you choose, the poses you must strike become difficult to impossible to complete. And as a Connect game, this is unusual. We're asked to do things with our bodies that our bodies can't necessarily do. So I invite you to think about reflection and whether it's something that you can bring to your own work. Reflective game design can be about making us reflect on mainstream game design conventions, but they can also go beyond, making us reflect on social, cultural, and political forces for supporting empowerment and triggering change. Thank you!
Thank you very much, Rilla. I know Rilla now since 2012 when I was writing an email to Pipin and I said, hey, let's go to Rijeka. And it was a maze pop-up and it was the first time that I met you both, and since then we are always in contact and I really love you guys. It's awesome, it's really awesome. But you're always coming, you know? Seems that you really like to come to my maze.